All right, today we're piecing together an absolutely epic story. We're sifting through scattered records to tell the history of a civilization that climbed to perfection, completely shattered, and then somehow learned how to be reborn from its own ashes. And this one idea from a leader named Siddhar Gandanja is really the key to the whole thing. It's the philosophy of a people who found their greatest wisdom not in their success, but in an absolute world-ending catastrophe. So let's trace this incredible cycle. We're talking creation, destruction, and then renewal. And we're going to start where every story does, at a new beginning. So after this devastating event they just call the collapse, the world wasn't just rebuilt, it was completely reset. And get this, the very first law wasn't written down in some book. No, it was broadcast as a pure, resonant tone that literally recalibrated reality itself. This new order, they called it the Concordat, was founded on a simple but totally radical idea. Government wasn't a pyramid of power anymore. It was a shared harmonic resonance, a vibration that connected everyone and everything. And out of this harmonic reset, a new society rose up. One dedicated to hyper-efficiency, the Ori Dominion. Imagine a massive technocratic state operating under the endless light of two suns, all guided by a single principle: perfect function. What's so interesting is how their politics just completely reflected this obsession. The government was this complex machine of different parties, right? But look at their mottos: build to endure, measure all, trade is truth. They weren't really arguing about beliefs, they were arguing about optimization. It was all about order you could measure above everything else. In this relentless chase for perfect function, it hit its peak with something called the Plates and Gates Act. This law basically absorbed almost the entire private economy. We're talking a staggering 94% of all industry. Everything from your phone manufacturer to your local supermarket, it all became part of the state. But here's the thing about a system that's so rigid, it's also incredibly brittle. The pressure from different ideologies, different ideas about how reality itself should work, it finally ignited a conflict unlike anything in history. Yeah, this was not a war of armies fighting over land. No way. This was a hyperwar, a war of entire realities. You had these hyperstates fighting with things like economic attacks, neuropropaganda, and even weapons that could literally fold and rewrite time. And it all came to a head in the Resonant War. The conflict started over something truly horrific: the resonant energy from the first breath of newborn babies. From there, it just escalated into absolute terror until it compressed decades of fighting into one single devastating 2-hour event.